at some point, Secretary Wainwright, former Secretary Wainwright by then, and myself met with the governors and his cabinet, with the cabinet, basically, because they want to talk about where we're going to build them and how we're going to do it. And Mr. Wainwright and I got into a little bit of a debate in front of them. And I remember how it went, and I'm sort of shooting from the hip. I don't really know. I didn't know what to expect. I've never been before the cabinet, didn't know any of them. And I remember the dialogue went something like, so, you're going to build prisons? I said, that's what my governor said. He said, we're going to build prisons, and that's what we're going to do. And he's speaking to me. We're carrying on a dialogue in front of the cabinet. He said, well, where are you going to build them? And I'm making it up as I go along. I said, in the Panhandle, because they don't really already have any prisons out there, and I know they probably need the jobs. Well, you don't even have the prison sites. How are you going to get the sites? I said, we're going to run an ad in the paper. And I'm still making it up as I go along. We're going to run an ad in the paper. You're going to run an ad in the paper. I said, right. All these small counties got a little paper out there, and we're going to tell them what we want to do and ask them to donate the land, and we'll provide jobs for their sons and daughters who are now leaving and having to leave to go somewhere else. And it'll be, we'll ask them to ante up the land. We'll ask them, in some cases, maybe a water sewer connection. Whoever comes across is where we'll go first to build the prisons. And so you can't build them that fast. How are you going to build them that fast? I said, I'm going to do it with inmate labor. I'm not going to do contract. I'm going to build them ourselves. And that's the way that particular debate went, and that is the way it eventually evolved. As you may know, we built something like a dozen prisons in 4 years. I actually designed them myself. I designed the layout, and if you'll look at, say, Jefferson is a good example, Calhoun is an example. There are multiple examples from here to Washington County and back. Even the towers. I remember Bill Thurber? Bill Thurber was the OMB secretary. He said, you can't build the towers, they cost too much money. I said, got to have towers. My plan includes them. Said, we'll just go to the shipyard, get some piece of pipe, stick it up in the ground, build a box on top, and a spiral staircase in the middle. That'll be a tower. That's exactly what exists out there today. It worked. Works very well. And they were cheap, and that is the way we built them. I suppose we had about 8 or 10 building projects at different counties going at one time, and it caught fire. It really did. Once one county started, then another one anteed up this, another one anteed up that. So we built a lot of prison space during those years and built it cheaply.
And do you count that as one of your major successes? I
think it was. What it did was it was an attempt to actually get ahead of the population, get ahead of the bed space part of the Costello group. My actual ambition, my actual objective was to end the Costello case and get the federal courts off of our backs. That was eventually done, but I think it didn't get completed till about, I don't know, 6 or 7 months after I left office, as I recall. But I had it almost there.